So today, we're going to dive into a radical new frontier in organizational health, and it's all based on the brilliant work of Dr. Reg Butterfield. We're talking about something called Interoceptive Intelligence, basically a way to use your body's own hidden data to build more humane, more responsive, and yeah, more profitable workplaces. Let's jump right in.
Just think about that for a second. Seriously, what if, long before you see the resignations, the costly errors, and the disengagement, what if you could actually see the strain building up in your teams? What if the organization itself had a kind of nervous system that could tell you where things were starting to go wrong?
And look, the need for this is so urgent. We tend to focus on people calling in sick, right? But the hidden cost of presenteeism, people who are physically there but are mentally and emotionally just checked out, that cost is absolutely massive. It silently kills productivity, innovation, and morale. And your typical annual survey? Way too slow to catch it.
So where do we find this early warning system? Well, the answer is actually hiding in plain sight. It's not in some spreadsheet, it's inside every single one of your employees. We've got to start seeing the body not as a machine, but as this incredible source of intelligence.
The science behind all this, it's called interoception. Just think of it as your biological sixth sense. It's this constant real-time feedback loop between your body and your brain. And when we're stressed, overworked, or in a toxic environment, our body knows it first. Our heart rate variability shifts. Our sleep patterns get disrupted. These aren't just feelings, they are measurable biological facts.
Now, what's so powerful here is the profound shift in perspective. For literally centuries, organizations have kind of treated the body like a machine to be tuned and optimized for maximum output. The new view, powered by this science, sees the body for what it is, an incredibly sensitive diagnostic tool that reveals the health of the entire system.
Okay, so to really get the impact here, we need to take a quick look at a classic business model. A lot of you will probably know the service profit chain. And as we're about to see, it's overdue for a critical update.
So way back in '97, Heskett's model was a total game changer. It was the proof that happy employees lead to happy customers and, you guessed it, bigger profits. Then, folks like Dave Ulrich pushed HR to think more strategically about that link. But here's the thing. Both of those models missed a huge piece of the puzzle, the actual, physical, embodied reality of work. That's the part the model has to evolve to include today.
So why did those old models fall short? Well, because they totally missed what we can think of as these hidden organizational taxes. First, there's the access cost of talent. All that friction when knowledge is stuck in silos. And second, there's talent hoarding, when a manager just won't let go of their best people, creating massive strain on that employee and, frankly, the whole organization.
And this right here, this is where the entire game changes, especially for human resources. This new approach gives HR a reliable model to really demonstrate its strategic value. It's all about shifting from being a reactive policy enforcer to being a proactive, diagnostic steward of the organization's health.
This just lays it out so perfectly. Instead of just reacting to problems like turnover after the fact, HR can now become a systemic diagnostician. By using these aggregated, anonymized physiological insights, they can spot the big systemic issues, like that talent hoarding we talked about, before they cause real damage. This is how HR supports the big picture strategy and helps build a workplace that's actually sustainable.
So how does this actually work in practice? Let's be super clear. This is not about surveillance, not at all. It's about creating an ethical feedback loop that helps managers learn and adapt.
The process has 4 key steps. First, you sense the anonymous, aggregated biosignals. Second, and this part is absolutely critical, you interpret that data through actual human conversation. See, the data doesn't replace dialogue, it kicks it off. Third, managers make targeted adjustments. And finally, you track the results to learn and improve. It's this continuous cycle of listening and responding.
This quote really gets to the very heart of the ethics here. The whole point isn't to monitor or control individuals. The point is to hold up a mirror to the organization itself, reflecting the real impact of its choices and its environment on the well-being of its people. It's about attunement and accountability.
Of course, for any of this to get off the ground, there has to be a solid business case, right? And you know what? The financial return on actually listening to our bodies it's incredibly compelling.
All right, let's talk numbers. When people are physiologically regulated and not chronically stressed, they just make fewer mistakes. A pretty modest 10% drop in service errors at a mid-sized company can easily save £750,000 a year. That's a direct line from employee well-being straight to the bottom line. No guesswork.
And then you've got the cost of turnover. We all know it's expensive, but when you really add up all the hidden costs, we're talking about 150% of an employee's salary to replace them. By using this kind of data to prevent burnout and keep your people, the savings are immediate and they are substantial.
But here's the thing. The real financial genius of this model isn't just about cutting costs. It's about unlocking trapped value that is already sitting there in your organization, just stuck behind friction, bottlenecks, and burnout. You're not creating new value from thin air. You're releasing the potential that's already there. Ultimately, when you put it all together, this isn't just some new management technique. It's about fundamentally renewing the agreement, the covenant, between an organization and its people. It's about creating a system where value is co-created for everyone, not just extracted from a few.
And as you can see here, the benefits are truly reciprocal. Employees, they gain agency and dignity in an environment of trust. Managers, they get to move from guesswork and firefighting to compassionate, preventative leadership. And employers, they build resilient, anti-fragile organizations that become magnets for top talent. It's a genuine win-win-win.
So, it all comes down to this one simple but really profound question. We have the technology and we have the science to understand our workplaces on a much deeper, more human level than ever before. The only question left is your organization ready to truly listen?
For a detailed explanation of this process, read my forthcoming book, Beyond the Org Chart, The New Era of Organizations. In the meantime, you can find out more in my recent LinkedIn article, Interoceptive Organizational Intelligence.